Hi, and welcome back to I'm a Happy Enchilada. I'm Don Culver, and I'll be your host. And you first timers, thanks so much for tuning us in. I just want to take a quick moment before we get started today to give you a quick report on the Frank Brown International Songwriters Festival. I've been working all this last week emceeing, and we have some of the best songwriters on the planet on these stages, and there's been a lot of that almost unexplainable magic that can happen at any time on stage between the songwriters and the audience. There's been tears shed on both sides and sheer joy shared by all. It's truly magic and unforgettable. If you've never attended a songwriters event in a listening room environment, you owe it to yourself. It's a musical experience you'll never forget. This is the last weekend of the Frank Brown, so if you're within driving distance, you don't want to miss it. And now, let's get to our topic. It's generosity, and the question is, are you living a generous life? Well, we're going to take a deep dive into generosity today and let you be the judge and answer that question for yourself. We're going to find out what a generous life is and how you can have a more generous life in every way. So let's start with a definition of a generous person, shall we? Generous people are the ones who give more than is expected of them. It's generous of your friend to take the couch and let you sleep in the bed when you stay over at her place. Now, when you go one step beyond what's expected of you, you're being generous. How easy. All right, I like that a lot. Now, an example of generous is a small business giving their employees a year-end bonus. Another example is a plate piled high with food. Ooh. And here's something else about generosity to consider. Kind people are also generous, but generous people are not always kind. For example, a generous person may give a lot of money to support charities, but be a real scoundrel in other aspects of his life. I can think of a few people that fit that description. How about you? So what are the different types of generosity? They are thoughts, words, money, time, things, influence, and attention. And here's a few adjectives to describe someone who is generous: kind-hearted, hospitable, selfless, benevolent, and open-handed. And how does a generous person behave? Well, generosity is the act of being kind, selfless, and giving to others, despite being an act that is done to benefit others' well-being. Generosity also paradoxically increases our well-being, so being generous is a fantastic way to improve your mental health and well-being. So I think we have a pretty clear idea what generosity is now. Let's look at ways we can be more generous in our lives. Let's begin with the 5 qualities of generous people. They are altruistic, optimistic, trust, energy, and ability to lead. And here's several ways that you can be truly generous. Be generous with praise. Be generous with patience. Be generous with opportunities. Be generous with the truth. And be generous with tough love. I noticed that money was not mentioned at all there. Well, whenever I have thought about generosity, I always thought about money first. This list is yet another reminder to me that there are so many things more important in life than money. Something as simple as giving someone a smile can be worth so much more than money. So, we have a lot to consider here in looking at generosity and being a generous person. I hope you'll take a good look at the generosity you practice in your own life. Well, that's all I've got. So until next time, God bless and be a happy enchilada. Bye.